Hey. Okay, I just wanted to pop on really quick to talk about the scale, okay? Because now is the time of year when a lot of people are trying to lose weight, right? It's a new year. We want to, new year, new me, blah, 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 blah. Hey, Ryan Bins. So, so it's a new year, new me, right? I want to lose weight. I want to do all these things. And so it's really common to start checking the scale all the time, right? And so I want to talk about this because it can be really stressful for people to check the scale constantly. If you find checking the scale every day super motivating and it keeps you going and it makes you feel good, by all means, keep doing that, right? If you have found something that works for you, by all means, always keep doing that. But for a lot of people, checking the scale like that every day or even every week, like one of those things that you're constantly doing, it can be really, really stressful because every day it's like, oh, gotta step on the scale, gotta step on the scale, gotta see what the damage is, or blah, blah, blah. You're placing your whole success on just that number on the scale. And it is just so much more than that. And I also want to say that fluctuation in the numbers on the scale is normal. Right? So I think that's when it gets incredibly stressful, is when you start to see those numbers fluctuate. It's like for a while, maybe it's going down, down, down. And then that's great, right? And then all of a sudden it stops going down and either it plateaus or maybe it goes up. And then that's when people freak out, right? That's when you're like, well, why am I doing all of this in the first place? And why did I have that salad? And why am I going to the gym if the numbers are just going to go up on the scale? This is bullshit. And then you like stop doing everything and you fall off and you binge and you get mad and right. And then you think you're a terrible person that just like never has success. And it's like this whole intense downward spiral because the numbers went up. Right? And so that's when it starts to feel really, really terrible. And so I wanted to say that fluctuation on the scale is normal. Okay, our bodies are always going through thousands of processes that they need to function properly. And a lot of those things mean retaining water. Okay, so there's a lot of different reasons why a number would go up on a scale. Okay, so first of all, I think the one that we've all heard is muscle weighs more than fat. Right? So when you start working out, you're probably losing fat, but you very well may be gaining muscle. And that's gonna cause that number on the scale to go up, right? So you can literally be getting smaller, like within inches because you're losing fat, but you build the muscle. And so the numbers either stay the same or go up because muscle weighs more than fat, okay? If you've had a super salty meal the night before, maybe you went out to eat, or maybe you had like canned soup or something that had a bunch of salt, that can cause you to retain water. That's going to make the number go up for a little bit, right? If you're working out a lot, again, you're like weight training or something, your muscles can actually get little tears in them. Right? And then they repair and then they get stronger, and that's how you build muscle. That's the process. But in the process of healing, your muscles retain water to help them heal. So it's your body's natural process of helping itself, right? But retaining that water can cause the number on the scale to go up. It's actually a good thing. You're building muscle. It doesn't mean that you're just gaining fat overnight, right? But when we see the number go up, that tends to be the common thing. Like, oh my God, this isn't working. When really it's just your body doing what it needs to do. Your body can retain water from having a super carby meal. Maybe you had a really carby meal the night before, and that's okay. And I'm not sitting here telling you not to have carbs, but sometimes having a carby meal, again, can make you retain water because of the things that your body needs to do in order to process those carbs, right? And so it can be your hormones. Hello, women. Our hormones are all over the place. So in a super general way, our bodies are literally always fluctuating. Our bodies are never the same, ever, right? They're always repairing and changing and healing and fluctuating, and that is 100% normal. So instead of letting that number freak you out and just send you on this whole downward spiral and just like completely set you off track and you just abandon all of your goals, maybe you can start seeing if that number goes up thinking, okay, so let me get curious about this. Instead of judging myself and hating my body and thinking that nothing that I do will ever work, you can think, well, let me get curious. What did I eat yesterday? What was my situation like? Where am I within my cycle? Have I been feeling kind of constipated? And am I backed up? Like maybe that could be a factor. Just get kind of curious. And this is a really good learning opportunity, right? And then again, instead of judging yourself, talking down to yourself and all of that mess, getting stressed, you might actually try saying, thank you, body. I know that this number on the scale has gone up, but that doesn't actually mean anything about how healthy I am or who I am as a person. Maybe this just means that my body is trying to process certain things. And this is the way it's doing it, by maybe retaining water. And that won't last forever. So you can actually practice being grateful for your body for knowing what it needs to do to keep you functioning, right? That's really nice, right? That feels a lot better. And so really to start, I just want you to ask yourself and be really honest. When I get on the scale, is that empowering me? Does it make me feel good? Does it give me motivation or not? Is it disempowering? Does it make me feel stressed out? Does it make me kind of feel like crap? Right? And get honest with yourself. And there's no wrong answer. It's literally just asking yourself and then answering honestly, right? And so if the answer is yes, this is disempowering, it stresses me out, I don't like it, get rid of the scale. Get rid of it. Throw it out, donate it, hide it, give it to someone else. I don't know, put your cat on it, see how much your cat weighs. That sounds fun, right? But stop weighing yourself, just stop. And instead, go by how you feel. There's so many other ways to track whether you're losing weight or not than just a number on a scale, right? Because you can literally lose inches and not lose anything on the number on the scale, right? So why do we care so much about that number? I literally saw recently, age is just a number, right? How often do we say that? Age is just a number. Psh, it's all in how you feel. Why is it not like that with a number on the scale? That's just a number. It has nothing to do with anything else, right? So if stepping on the scale isn't empowering you and making you feel good, stop it right now and go by how you feel. You can feel when you start to feel lighter, right? How do you feel energetically? What do you look like in the mirror? What do you look like in pictures? What are your measurements saying, right? How are your clothes fitting? There are so many nicer and easier ways to track your weight loss progress than stepping on a scale every day and stressing yourself out. And every time you're in the stress response, it makes it that much harder to keep losing weight. Okay? So that's one of the many things that we tend to do that just makes it harder on our bodies to do what they're naturally designed to do, right? By stressing out about everything. Okay. And then if it is empowering you, right? If your answer was, no, I like stepping on the scale, I like knowing whatever, that's great. Then keep doing it. And just make sure that if you do see those numbers start to fluctuate, that you go back to this and remember, okay, this is a really natural part of life. Let me get curious about why it may have fluctuated. See if I can figure it out. If I can, cool. If I can't, just know that this is a part of your body. And we are always fluctuating. It's like the ebb and flow of life. And practice showing gratitude for that instead of the opposite, which is the stress, the judgment, the hatred, all is lost. Let me give up everything, and go eat chocolate and do. I literally just killed a moth that's flying around. Live videos. But anyway, so I think you get where I'm going with that. I hope you found that helpful. there's no harm in experimenting too, right? So maybe you are still really holding on to the idea that you need to look at the scale to track your weight loss. And, you know, that's okay. I get it, because we've all been taught that for years, that that's what we have to do. So maybe experiment, you know, don't check it for a few weeks and see if that feels any better. And if you don't like that, then you can start checking the scale again, right? Whenever we try one thing, it doesn't mean it's set in stone for the rest of our days. It just means, let me try it and see which one feels better. Yeah. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the scale. I hope you guys are having a great January. Of course, if you need any support, I'm always here. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you really soon. Bye-bye.